got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em.
Welcome back to the Scott View, where we spotlight the spin and serve the straight talk. Today, Hollywood's elite preaching diversity from their gated bubbles. Gavin Newsom's highlight reel of borrowed wins, and a Supreme Court slam dunk for Texas that keeps the red wave rolling. Here we go. Hollywood hypocrites on diversity and Trump. Out in Tinseltown, the A-list is at it again. Jennifer Lawrence, Michael Keaton, Bryan Cranston, and Robert De Niro. I know, icons who love preaching about how diversity is our strength, like it's the new 10 Commandments. Lawrence calls Trump's win the end of the world, without any specifics whatsoever. Keaton dubs him a threat to democracy, Cranston warns of fascism, and De Niro rants about dictators, like he always does. And De Niro also called Stephen Miller a Nazi, even though Stephen Miller is Jewish. Ilhan Omar also called him a Nazi, so there's not a lot of brains in these liberal circles. But here's the Hollywood plot twist. These multimillionaires live in gated communities like Brentwood or Malibu, rich zip codes where diversity means a French chef rubbing elbows with an Italian producer at the next yacht party. Their version of multiculturalism? Champagne toast with fellow elites from different cultures, who all share the same tax bracket. I mean, it's easy to cheer open borders when your security detail handles headlines. But meanwhile, for everyday folks in cities like Chicago and Paris, they deal with skyrocketing theft, assaults tied to unchecked migration. Stats show violent crime is up 30 to 40% in high immigration EO hotspots since 2015. And US border towns have spoken. They all voted for Trump. Look, I never blame people. I blame policy flops that overwhelm systems without any safeguards whatsoever. Hollywood's bubble makes it look seamless, but real neighborhoods aren't scripted sets. Next time they virtue signal, maybe they should invite the unvetted masses to their next premiere, because I guarantee you there would be a plot twist there. Moving on. Gavin Newsom's borrowed achievements and California's real stats. Over in Sacramento, Governor Newsom is bragging about California and speaking about California's golden era and all of his achievements, like he invented sunshine in Silicon Valley. Newsflash! Most of those wins, like tech booms and Fortune 500 companies, were doing amazing pre-2019, before he was governor, and before his tenure turned the Golden State into the go-home state. The real? Homelessness has ballooned to 187,000 souls on the streets, doubled since he took office, despite $24 billion flushed at the problem. Where did that money go? California is number one in poverty, 16.4% rate, crushing the national average at 11.5%. They're number one in retail theft, organized smash and grabs costing billions. Number one in gas prices, $5.50 a gallon. Also number one in illiteracy, 23% of adults barely reading. Number two in housing costs. Number one in income tax. Number one in unemployment. Gavin is bragging about the fourth largest economy while families are fleeing to Texas. Newsom's achievements are like shitting your pants and then changing your shirt. And Newsom wants to become president. If he becomes president, it would be a disaster. Because look at what he's done to California. The evidence is right there. Moving on. Supreme Court greenlights Texas redistricting. A big W for fairness. Yesterday, the Supreme Court cleared Texas' new congressional maps to roll out for 2026, and letting the Lone Star State redraw lines for partisan balance. Justice Alito called it pure politics, which the court says is fine, unlike race-based tweaks. This could net the GOP 5 extra House seats, flipping the script on the Democrats and their dreams of a blue wave 2026. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton fought tooth and nail against the DOJ, arguing that the maps fix coalition districts, without any shady motives. It's a mid-decade rarity, but with Trump cheering from the sidelines, it's redistricting roulette. And the House always wins for fairness, right? Dems cried about gerrymandering, like it's something new. But California's countermaps are the real plot twist. Texas just drew a line in the sand, and it's a straight red line. That's it. Moving on. Elon Musk just dropped a nuke. Elon says that the EU should be abolished after they slapped X with a €120 million fine for not playing Big Brother on free speech. Yep, they want us all censored, but Elon's like, nah, standing up to corrupt bureaucrats. But this fine that Elon is talking about is for X not hiding ads or blue-check drama under the Digital Service Act. It's like the EU is saying, tweet what we like or pay up. And get this, they're treating countries like kids in a timeout. Hungary's getting fined €1 million a day. That's over 500 million piled up just for them building a border wall and saying nope to unchecked immigration. The EU's like, open the gates or we empty your wallets, Viktor. And Viktor Orban's response? We'll pay. Safety first, Brussels second. Actually, Brussels should be far beneath the toilet somewhere. Savage. That's why I like Viktor Orban. Best leader in Europe by far. The EU is the ultimate mafia crime family, with von der Leyen as their boss. All of the politics in the EU countries are dictated by the EU. That's why I believe that a lot of elections in Europe don't matter, because the EU decides a lot of the policies that impact the countries. Like immigration. They fine Hungary €1 million a day because they don't let in unchecked migrants. Which is what every country should do. You have to vet the people you bring in, otherwise there's anarchy like England and Germany and France and Sweden. Beautiful countries destroyed because of unchecked migration. Nothing to do with the people. It has only to do with corrupt bureaucrats. That's it for today. What are your thoughts about this? Like and subscribe and comment Viktor Orban below.